If this video finds you, it is because 2026 is going to be the best year of your life, but not even best, because that's not a big enough word to explain this energy. It's going to be the most sovereign year. It's going to be the year of remembering and of coming home for so many, for those who came to Earth for this moment on Earth right now, this timeline split, this awakening, this consciousness shift that is happening right now. It's only going to continue getting more and more profound, more and more relevant here on Earth, where people are waking up, where the truth is being exposed, where, you know, things are just changing and they'll never look the same. But for you, it's probably not very shocking, because not even deep down, like internally, you've just known that this was bound to happen and that this was the reason that you came to Earth. And so you're here right now probably feeling like a deep sense of purpose and maybe a deep sense of belonging. So there's like, I'm being shown two sides of this, where there is the deep sense of belonging, but also like the exact opposite, where when you're operating in the day-to-day life, you know, like in the 3D matrix kind of life, you're like, whoa, it is so hard to pretend to be of this, right? But then there's that other part that feels like you deeply belong in this perceived time on Earth. And it's because you do. It's because you were literally sent for this reason, chosen for this reason here on Earth. And so what I feel and what I'm seeing is that as we're moving into this perceived year, which I do feel that years contain different energy and different, you know, different timelines that we collectively experience. And so as we're moving into the year of the horse and out of the year of the snake, we are, and also just like with the Aquarius shift and all these different things, like the age of the Aquarius, all these different things, 3i Atlas, the solar flares, the timeline split, like so much is happening right now. I feel like life is never going to be the same, and maybe you've been getting some pretty clear downloads about that recently, and like I just keep seeing this eternal flame, this like this white goldish eternal flame, and maybe that's significant for some people, but that's what I keep being shown over and over, especially for the past like month or so, is this eternal flame that is waking up in the collective. And so for those who find this kind of video, for you right now, a lot of us have been in this experience the past, I want to say like 6 months, especially the past 6 months. It was like this intense void, right? I really started talking about the void when I went into the void myself in Ireland and was like stranded on the island of Ireland for 5 months. And so in that, I was like, whoa, the void kept coming up. I kept being downloaded with it. I was like, this is a really important thing. And then I really connected with a lot of people. A lot of clients were booking when I was having one-on-ones, booking with me, saying like, you were talking about the void. I'm going through the void right now. So the void is this period of time right before the new timeline. When you choose with your free will what you want, you quantum manifest. So you say, I choose this. Or if we're looking at it through the lens of like Abraham Hicks' work, it's when you experience what you don't want, you naturally decide what you do want. You naturally choose what you do want. There is no what you don't want without what you do want. So like by experiencing what you don't want, naturally on the other end of the stick is what you do want. So that is that like natural progression of creation. So you don't have to be sitting in meditation with like a crystal under your butt saying like, I choose this, I choose that, I choose this. But you've already manifested millions and millions and millions of dollars and all the freedom and all the health and all the love that you've ever desired. It is really on the other end of moving through the illusions of separateness. But so that's the process of manifestation, is choosing with your free will. And then you go into this I'm having a block against saying it because of the current teaching that my guides are offering me, But what I still feel to be true is that we do move into often chaos in the crumble. However, I think that it's really important for me to note on this in this video, like, and for a while, I think maybe for the rest of my time, is and so there's like so much coming through. Okay. In the book Reality Transurfing, it talks about quantum manifestation, teaches about quantum manifestation. And so when you're manifesting, there are two timelines, where two paths really. So you can choose what you want and get the heart of the mind into alignment, choose what you want, and then you start moving towards it. And so one timeline is with like ease and grace, you're on the quickest way there. It's ease and grace by choice. You probably have like a lot of stuff come up, a lot of manifestations of your deepest, darkest fears, of lack, of worry, of guilt, of shame, and of unworthiness, and all these manifestations come up. Your only job is to remember that this is all an illusion, and to continue knowing with certainty that because you chose with your free will, you are moving to that timeline. The other path is that when you choose with your free will what you desire, you make it happen. You're like, grind. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make it happen. Similarly, when we choose with our free will what we desire, we oftentimes will go through chaos and we will experience that like chaotic crumble of like the intensity and the drama, especially if it is what your nervous system remembers and is familiar with. And so your subconscious's job is to keep you safe, and that is the only job. Well, there's probably other jobs, but that is its main focus. And so it will do whatever it can to keep you in the familiar, because the familiar is what it marks as safe. And so oftentimes the thought of being in peace to the subconscious could potentially be unsafe because it is unknown. That's just how it is. And then also it's just our body is used to operating in chaos, and that's familiar. That's the natural state. That is like when we think about dreams, the dreams that we remember, oftentimes it'll tell us so much about our subconscious, because it'll choose our dreams. In our dreams, we choose what is like the most prominent neural pattern, and so what we normally would choose and lean towards or feel. And so same thing in our reality is that we will normally go down the paths that have been formed, the neurons that have been wired together already. So that long-winded conversation about that is for me to really hone in on the fact that yes, when we choose with our free will, we go through chaos and we go through the crumble often. But there's also this other way of being where it is peace and passion. So you choose with your free will what you desire. And my guides have been showing me this so clearly, and then channeling it through like my aunt, who's really a clear channel when we talk. It's so beautiful. And just reiterated what I was receiving the other day down at the beach is like this peace and passion. When you are manifesting with peace and passion, you get to have that same experience of moving towards the desired timeline while experiencing a flow, rather than experiencing like it's all falling apart and my deepest darkest things are coming up and you know, it's more so. And the thing with that is that some people would actually have a hard time not having the because that is the driving force often. There's many subconscious beliefs often about this where that motivates you and that pushes you to keep going, and that inspires you, and that is the reason why you change and the reason why you make things happen. And the need for survival and fighting for your life is how you learn, how you get the lessons. And so there's all these beliefs about needing that chaos, when there's also an option when you're ready that it doesn't have to be boring to live in peace, because the passion can be, and this is what my aunt was channeling for me, is the passion can be the excitement that allows that process of manifesting through peace and moving through peace to still have a charge to it, to still allow us to experience the adventure and the novelty and all the excitement that we're still craving without the drama and the chaos, right? So a lot of people just naturally, a lot of starseeds and a lot of, those who find these kind of videos you've probably been on that path of chaos, and maybe your higher self chose, I feel that our higher self chooses a lot of these karmic lessons and agreements and contracts, especially early on in life, where we do move through chaos, where we do move through hardship and drama and all these things. And now, if you're fighting this message right now, I feel that the reason why you came to Earth is because of this current timeline split and because of this new Earth energy. And what I feel is that this new Earth energy is part of it, is that you get to manifest through peace and passion. And that passion gets to be the excitement that leads you forward. That, because like, we need something to keep pulling us forward in that flow, and that is the passion. And so in 2026, what I really see and feel and like truly feel and see, like, I don't know how else to explain it. It's like, I know it, like I can taste it now because I've finally arrived in it, really. Like, living in Italy, the farm, like, so beautiful, so chaotic, chaotic, like, named my horse Chaos. Like, there was just chaos everywhere, and it's that kind of environment. Living on a farm like that with rescue animals, of course, is going to have chaos like that. And like in the void in Ireland, like, that felt like chaotic, and it also felt like nothing was happening because it was the void. And so I don't know if I touched on that. So if you're new here, it's like the chaos, the crumble, and then the void right before the new timeline. I think I did say that a little bit, but so the void happens right before we get catapulted into the new timeline. For me, the new timeline here is Portugal. And I didn't really, how do I say this? I didn't really, there was no way to know what to expect, really, like how it would feel, I guess, to be in this new timeline after the void. Like, of course, I strived to be there, and I was like, I can't wait to be there, because that's the whole reason why I went through the crumble and the chaos and the void, and like, I just want to be to the new timeline. And now that I'm in the new timeline, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's very peaceful. It's like, it's very calm. You know, I wake up and I look at the ocean, and like, as I'm saying this right now, everything just got so silent. Like, all I can hear is my voice right now. And I hear the waves crashing there and over there, and like, it's just ocean everywhere, and it's so beautiful. And the energy here is so peaceful, and the people here are so peaceful and so conscious from what I perceive, and they really look at me, and they're really present with me, and they're just very beautiful. The whole thing is such a beautiful experience. And of course, there was that experience where I had with mold in this house. And if you know my story, like, mold was one of my biggest catalysts to understanding health, to understanding so much that I learned in my own spiritual journey. And when I was having some symptoms here in this house again and finding little spots here and there, I was like, oh my gosh, do I have to keep running? Is it more chaos? But then when I leaned into peace, and so the way that I moved through my mold symptoms and that I healed from my chronic illness was through brain retraining, so 21 days to regulate. So I started doing rounds, an hour a day, and immediately my symptoms went away. Like, it's crazy, the symptoms that are so obvious, like, you can actually see them. So like, for me, my eyes were swollen shut, my face was super swollen. Maybe I'll show you guys photos later. I just kind of wanted to disconnect from the energy first. And so eyes were swollen, face was swollen, pressure headache in the back and the front. Like, it just, I was like, whoa, this is the new timeline. But through brain retraining, which is literally practicing peace, I moved through those symptoms. Those symptoms have been gone ever since starting my brain retraining again. So I'm practicing peace, teaching my nervous system peace, and then all of a sudden, all the mold issues in the house went away. The owners came and took care of it. I ran the ozone a few times, and now everything's fine in the house, and the house is wonderful and beautiful, and it's like the best option here. I went to go see another house, and I looked at all the other houses available in the market, and nothing was nearly as good as this, and this location and this ocean view. And then I just felt something that you can do when you're trying to figure out if a manifestation is for you is imagine not having it. And if you feel relieved, then it's not for you. And sorry for this truck. And if you feel like if it goes away that you really don't want it, like that to happen, like that just feels so not right, so obvious, but like it's a feeling, and that's how you can know if you're actually manifesting your chosen timeline, or if you're actually choosing something that is meant for you. So I went to go see all these other houses, and part of me was like, I really hope it doesn't work out, and none of them did. Well, the one that I went to go see did not, because it had visible mold in the house and it smelled really bad. And then the other ones that I looked at online, I had that same feeling where it was like, no, I wouldn't want to not have this space and not have this house and not have this location and all this stuff. So through that, I think I have Aslan here. I'm also sitting on the leash right now. He's right underneath me. Through all that, I got the lesson of practicing peace. And then really remembering that we can manifest through peace. And then also just getting to know that this new timeline that I've stepped into is about manifesting through peace, and is about moving away from the chaos. Like the chaos doesn't even seem attractive to me anymore. And the timelines and the people and the everything that were those teachers for me before, like there's no even question of like if my energy wants to be there anymore. It's like that is done. And so moving into this energy, this new year, the year of the horse. Also, if you want to join my New Year's Eve ceremony, that is live to sign up. And so there's many layers to it. So first there's the opening, and then journaling and getting really clear on like what 2025 actually taught you, and then like reflecting on that, closing 2025, and then getting clear on what it is that you want to call in in 2026, and really like breaking it down per category of life. And I'll guide you through all of that. And then we do a really, really powerful energy clearing. And so we're gonna like hit all angles, everything that I've been talking about recently, of remembering your sovereignty, calling all of you back, sending everyone its energy back, clearing entities, cutting cords. We do a health section too, where we remove parasites and toxins and all these different pathogens and whatnot, and coming back into alignment. And so setting up the body, upgrading the DNA, like we go through the layers and the layers and the layers and the layers, putting a protective energy or layer, and then closing that off once that is all complete and we've done the full clearing, protection, claiming, all that. After that, we move into vision boarding. And so taking everything that we journal about and then deciding on images for that. I think that it's very important to make time to make a vision board based off of what it is that you are calling in the year and what you want this year to be about. You know, the last one I did, I don't think I actually got to doing it this past year, but the one before, I had all these horses on it and like a van and all these things that within 3 months came true. You know, I manifested the horse farm, I got the van, and like I was looking at my vision board. I need to change it because I don't want to do van life anymore. And it's still, the van is on there. I do want to do sail life, at least some sailing, maybe not full-time, who knows. So anyway, I'm gonna be doing it as well. I'll do mine probably on New Year's Eve. You can do it whenever you feel called to doing it. So the content becomes available on the 26th. You can sign up now and reserve your spot. So you can start anytime from the 26th to New Year's Eve, or you can access it after whatever feels right. For me, New Year's Eve is a very potent day. I've shared that a few times, but like I've just noticed that over the years that for more than 10 years now, whatever happens on New Year's Eve for me always, and this might just be belief and that I keep reiterating it, but before I was really reiterating it, it was always very accurate when I like looked back and back and back on my years. And so what happens on my New Year's Eve is always like a little preview for the rest of the year. And so it's like the emotions that I'm feeling, the people that I'm with, the things that I do, just anything that comes up. And it's not always like completely like verbatim, but oftentimes it is like the people and the places and everything. And so that's why in the back of my mind, I was like, I really want to get to Portugal before New Year's because I wanted to be here for New Year's Eve. And so that's just how it goes for me. I really try to be very intentional about New Year's Eve and the energy that I call in the new year with. So I wanted to create a really sacred space for that and show you guys like what I've been doing for years, and also like what I've done with friends. I love doing this with friends, and so you can get the ceremony and then have a girls' night or a co-ed night, whatever. My girlfriends and I in California, we would all come together and we would journal what we wanted in the new year, and then we would make our vision boards together and we would talk about it together. I think that's a really powerful thing too. The Power of 8 is the book. It talks about, sorry, I keep going back and forth with like a partially charged battery. I have two and I'm swapping them right now. But yeah, The Power of 8 is a very powerful book, but what I'm trying to say is that it talks about the power of witnessing manifestations for other people. So that's why I like to do it with a group oftentimes when I'm doing manifestations or ceremonies. So you can get the ceremony again and do it with a group of friends, whichever feels right, or just do it by yourself with some sage and a candle, whatever feels right. Maybe, you know, I was gonna say do in the bathtub, but probably not. I don't know, maybe you could do like the journaling part in the bathtub, or like I don't know, you'll do whatever feels right. So anyway, 2026, I really feel that in sovereignty, it's not about just claiming sovereignty, it's about remembering your sovereignty, remembering your power, remembering like you're an infinite freaking being. And so that confidence that comes with it, like I see that we're going to be walking differently, our shoulders are going to be back, we're going to be attracting the love that we truly desire, but that we truly are. And so I see a lot of people falling in love or relationships deepening to like a point where it's like, I love when I hear couples talking about how, you know, they're more in love than they've ever been before. And like that just shows you that like relationships, they have so much potential. And what I feel to be true is that we do have our soulmates. I think we have many soulmates for different reasons. Like Aslan feels like my soulmate, right? But I feel that there is somebody who, you know, you've spent other lives with, been in other worlds with. I feel I do have a soulmate. However, I do also feel that like we're mirrors of each other, and that we can fall deeper in love with the person that we're with. And so just because, you know, I think that you know when it's time to leave, but also if things are not perfect, that doesn't mean that they're not the right person. Not always, but also leave if you have to leave. Like for me, I knew that I had to leave, and then I had like a therapist friend telling me that kind of message, which kept me in it for a while. And everything is divine. I know that it all worked out the way that it was meant to, but had she not done that, I think that leaving, I knew I was meant to leave. So relationships can deepen if you feel that it's meant to go deeper in 2026. Or a lot of us are going to be falling in love, meeting our soulmate, because we're claiming our sovereignty. So we're remembering who we are. And so then we're becoming the point of attraction of who we are. I keep being shown, I don't remember which book in the Sarah J. Maas series it is, but just that series is so divinely aligned. Like she's very awake, and like I don't know how she structures her patterns and characters, but what I feel is like there's a lot of like archangels, and there's a lot of truth in those books. It's a fantasy series. She has three maybe. Maybe more, but I know 3 series. So anyway, I'm being shown one of those books, but it's a female-led or female main character, and the concept is that they're in this world where magic was taken away, and then magic comes back. And so we're like, they're remembering their magic, and they're like, she's remembering, she actually has the gift of fire, of like this like almost eternal flame like we were talking about. And so that's what it kind of feels like right now, is that we're remembering our magic, we're remembering our power, we're remembering our eternal flame. We are like becoming that point of attraction of that. And then of course, like the whole world is going to turn to you and see you for the truth of who you are, and everything that has always been meant for you can finally come into your life with ease. The love with ease, but also the abundance with ease, because the truth of who you are is unconditional love and infinite abundance. So of course the love is going to come in, the abundance, the money in this reality. I don't think we're really like away from money yet. And so not just money, but like true wealth, a wealthy life, everything that makes you feel free. Like what I see and always feel to be true is that wealth and freedom go hand in hand. And so whatever it means to you to have a wealthy and free life, I feel becomes the platform in 2026. And I'm also just seeing that a lot of us are going to be experiencing a lot of luxury, like whatever that means to you, whatever is a luxury to you. When I first arrived here in Portugal, like taking a hot shower as many times as I want, that was a luxury. And not having mud on my feet after, like that was a luxury, because I've been showering outside for like nearly 2 years, which has been an adventure in its own. But like washing my dishes with water that like gets hot and doesn't, you know, run out because I'm not in a van, and like just having the luxuries of a house there, it's like incredible. I'm so much more grateful for it than I ever have been before. But also beyond just that, I think that like I'm seeing like first class or business class, or, you know, like getting to go to beach clubs in the summertime or whenever, like getting to just having the luxury of ease and peace. So much about peace. Having the luxury of getting to relax because you have the money that you desire. Like my mantra that set me free, and I just wrote about this in a Substack, but the mantra that I set for myself when I left my 9 to 5 was, I don't work for money. I have a lot of money coming in. I work for pleasure and purpose. And so that was my mantra whenever my mind would be like, you have to go get a job. You have to go get a job. And I was like, I'm not getting another freaking job. Like, that's not what I want. What I want is to be traveling full time and sharing online and teaching everything that I've learned. And so I wired into my brain with that mantra. And so through that mantra, I don't work for money. I always have money coming in. I feel like that is like the baseline as well for many people in 2026. So I'm seeing lounging by the pool and getting to feel like that peace. And I think that it's important too for many of us to do a visualization like every single day of this. What does it feel like to be doing whatever you love? It doesn't have to be lounging by the pool. Maybe it's woodwork. Maybe it's, you know, whatever, painting. Maybe it's hiking. Maybe it's spending time with your dogs or your kids or whatever, like doing what you enjoy, what brings you joy. And then also going back to your phone and just seeing like ding, 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 whatever it is, however, like don't put limitation on it, but like money coming in, the abundance coming in, not like from a selfish thing, removing all money blocks. There's nothing wrong about money. Money is it's a good energy to have when you clear that relationship with it, allowing it to come in, because that allows you to then have more freedom, more time to do the things that you love. So I see that really being 2026, when we really let go of the skin. We shed the skin in this year of the snake of 2025. This was a really intense year for a lot of people. When we choose to receive the last bits of upgrades and downloads, like that was, remember, like if you guys watched my video, when I left Ireland, the thing that felt like it was still holding me, like I got on the plane and they took me off the plane. I shared that story the other, in a few videos ago. And I was like, why? To my divine team, why? And because I had to apparently receive this upgrade and download from Ireland and from the void in order to complete that chapter and move forward. So that will be in the ceremony as well. So complete the chapter, move forward, and then really a lot about the sovereignty, The other thing that I did when I was leaving Ireland was I sent everyone's energy back to them. I cut all the cords like we're going to do, and I called all of me back. I think that, you know, I'm going to try and word it in a way in the ceremony so like we don't have to keep doing it, but oftentimes we do have to keep doing it, because as empaths, as sensitive beings, we will connect with other people through empathy, through our energy, and then we unintentionally give a little piece of our essence to them to help them in whatever they're going through, and then they look all vibrant and all vital and all these things, because oftentimes they have an essence of you. So calling all of you back to you, claiming your sovereignty, standing in your sovereignty, protecting yourself, moving forward, being in your true essence, in your eternal flame, and enjoying the love, the passion, the purpose, the peace, the abundance that you truly are. It's such a good energy. It's such a good energy, especially this whole peace thing. I'm really enjoying the whole peace thing. So if you guys want to do dream life sleep hypnosis, that is also, you know, the thing that got me here. Had I not done dream life sleep hypnosis, I wouldn't have come to Portugal probably. I wouldn't have moved through those blocks, subconscious blocks, at such an accelerated rate. My two patterns that came up in it were that I had to be small in order to be loved, and that I had to watch other people live my dream life as I just like watched in the backseat pretty much. And then when I moved through those, this whole timeline of what was always meant to be, which was this timeline of peace, moving away from the chaos, moving to the ocean, having this beautiful setup around like-minded people, this all was downloaded to me through programming that into my delta waves, into my dream state, into my subconscious at the most malleable time. And then, you know, it's just been such a beautiful progression since then. So dream life sleep hypnosis, I definitely recommend. If you want to follow Nove, that is the evolution of the method. So that will be the app where you will again use the frequency of your own voice, which is as unique as your fingerprint. So using the frequency of your voice to reprogram your subconscious mind in this app will go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. And it's just going to be such a powerful tool and platform for you to change your whole life, to manifest whatever you desire, to move through blocks, to see, to offer a mirror to your brain in a way that isn't normally possible unless you do something like brainwave optimization, or Sarah said, where it's this technology that is used for like war vets and whatnot, where you hook your brain up to technology and then you're able to listen to your own brainwaves. And that technology, the science behind it is that it allows your brain to see itself and to see where it's stuck so that it can unravel itself. And what I'm finding is that I feel that has been the same effect, because I did both of those treatments. I feel that it has been the same effect for me to use my voice rather than to plug my brain into a machine and listen to it, but to listen to my own voice. My brain is like, oh, talking about what it is that I desire, and like doing with the frequencies and everything that's in dream life sleep hypnosis. Oh, this is where I've been stuck, and then unraveling it. Super freaking powerful. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. I will see you in the next video. If there's anything that you want me to talk about in a future video, let me know. I just got that download to ask you guys. So yeah, let me know if there's anything specific that you would like me to touch on, talk about. Can be anything, my life, manifestation, health, travel, animals, whatever it is. Love you guys so much. I will see you in the next video.